Hello, welcome back to the VDC space. Today we're going to be modeling a bridge pier. We're going to include the piles, the blinding layer, the base, the pier column, and the pier head. Let's begin. So here we are in Revit 2023. We're going to open up a structural template for this project. And then you're going to go to level 1 and then close this and then set up your grids like this. And then you're going to rename this grid to A and then enter and then go to the south elevation and then you're going to extend this grid and then change this annotation, apply, okay. So the first one is going to be 00 dash piles, and then the second level is going to be 01 dash base, enter, and then you're going to set it to 1000 millimeters. And then we're going to add 2 more levels to this. And then you're going to name this one 02 dash here, enter. And then you're going to set it to 5500 millimeters. And then the last one is going to be 03 here head, enter. And then you're going to set it to 8000 millimeter from the pile level. Perfect. Now we're gonna go to the base structural plan, and then we're gonna load in our family. Before we place our pile, we're gonna place our base. So you're gonna go to insert, load family, and then metric library. You're gonna go to UK contents, and then structural foundation. And as you can see, we know that Revit comes with parametric families that have piles and bases combined together. But I'm going to separate them. I'm going to place them separately. Remember, guys, the basis of a construction model is that you have to separate elements as much as you can because it makes it easier for the estimators to price the project or price the elements based on their individual quantities, or it makes it easier for them to plan construction or do a construction sequence. So I would advise that you separate the elements as much as you can because it makes it easier. If you generate a schedule, you can see them, you can see the uniqueness and their quantities if they are separated. So we're going to load in first our footing, rectangular footing, and then open, and then override the existing version. Go to structure, under structure, foundation, and then isolate it, and then you're going to place it. You're going to press your space bar to change its orientation like this. And then you're going to select it. We're going to edit type, and then we're going to change the length to we're gonna change the width to 7000 millimeter and the length to 1000. Actually, we're gonna change it to 3000, and then the foundation thickness we're gonna change it to 1000 millimeter, and then apply OK. And press your space bar to change its orientation, and then that's perfect. And now we're gonna select our reference plane. We're gonna use them temporarily. We're gonna remove them and after we place our piles. So from the center, you're gonna say pick lines and then create your offset. And then your offset from the center is gonna be 1750. And then you're gonna pick your grid and then offset your reference line. Perfect. And then while you're at it, you're gonna place your other offset horizontally. So you're gonna say 750 millimeters, and then you're gonna place it from this section of the base. So you're gonna select it like this. Perfect. So this is where we're gonna place our piles. And now the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna load in our piles. We're gonna go to insert, load family, and then metric library, UK contents, structural foundation. You're gonna select. As you can see, we have pile which are still pipe, but that's fine. We're gonna change the the material after we load it in. So you're going to say open, and then go to structure, foundation, isolated, then randomly place your pile and then escape, select your pile and then go to edit family. And then we are in the pile family template. We're gonna go to structure, material for model behavior. We're gonna change it from steel to concrete. And then on the properties, you're gonna go to family types, and then we're gonna change this under materials and finishes. You're gonna change the structural material from metal to concrete. So we're gonna type in concrete. Then we're gonna scroll down until we meet this concrete cast in situ, and then load it in, and then apply, okay, apply, okay, and then load into project and close. I'm not gonna save it, so no. And then override the existing version and its parameters. That's okay. And then we're gonna go back to structure, and then we're gonna go to isolated. Remember, we are still under the base structural plan, so we're gonna set our level for the piles to piles. And then we're gonna place them where these reference lines intersect. And then we're gonna place them where this reference line intersect with these grids. Perfect. So we're gonna select one pile, and then right click, select all instances visible in view, and then go back to edit type. And then we're gonna say, we're gonna change the depth to 8,000 millimeters, and then the diameter, we're gonna change it to 1,000 millimeters. And then the radius is fine, the minimum embedment is fine, and then apply, okay. So when you go to your 3D view and then change this to fine and then change your graphics to shaded, this is what you have. Perfect. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our blinding layer. So for that, we're going to use a slab tool, a foundation slab. So under foundation, we're going to select our slab, and then we're going to use the rectangular option and then place it like so. And then we're going to go to edit tab to edit the thickness, and then duplicate and then rename this to 75 millimeter blinding layer. We're gonna say okay, and then under construction structure, we're gonna go to edit and then change the thickness to 75 millimeters. Okay, apply, okay. And then remember, we're gonna set this I think it's fine at base, so we're gonna say okay, and then go to the south elevation, and then we're gonna select the move option, or you can type in MV for short, and then from the top of the blinding layer, you're gonna select it and then drag it until you meet the bottom of the base like so. Perfect. So this is your blinding layer, this is your base, and these are your piles. And then go back to your base level. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to place our piers. So for that, we're going to use a structural column family template. So we're going to go to file and then new family, and then you're going to scroll down until you meet this metric structural column. And then you're going to say open. And then under this, we have our column. We have our column template, so we're going to change this width to 4,500 millimeter. Press enter, and then we're going to change this depth to 1,500 millimeter, and then press OK. So you're going to extend these annotations so they can go far beyond these reference lines. And then you're going to extend these reference lines like this so you can see them much better. The middle one, you're going to unlock it before dragging it, and then lock it again. So this is what we have. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to create, and then under create, you're going to select extrusion and then the rectangular option, and then you're going to place it like so on your reference lines. Make sure it's aligned with the reference lines. And then while you're at it, you're going to go to this line and then draw a random rectangle right there, and then select your line, and then you're going to offset it from the middle reference line by 250 millimeter. uh, Enter, and then from this side also 250, enter, and then from this you're gonna make it 100 millimeter, press enter, and then we have to create an sort of an opening here. So you're gonna press SL for split, and then you're gonna select where these lines intersect, and then select this line and then remove it. Now you're gonna select this half rectangle and then go to mirror pick axis, and then pick this middle reference line, and then it's copied to the other side, and then press SL again, and then select where these lines intersect, select this line and then delete it. Then you're gonna say finish, and then go to the front elevation. And as you can see, we have the upper reference level. So we're going to drag our extrusion until it meets that reference level. Perfect. And then you're going to lock it so that it becomes parametric, because you have to be able to control its top and bottom constraint when we load it into our project. So you're going to do the same thing at the bottom. So you're going to press AL for aligned, and then press the bottom of your column. And then as you can see, we have our lower reference line. So you're going to press tab until this reference line appears, and then you're going to select it and then lock it. Go to your 3D view. This is your pier. Now you're gonna load it into your project. You can save it. You're just gonna call it pier, and then you're gonna save it, and then it's loaded into your project. Now go to your base structural floor plan, and then go to column, and then make sure your placement is set to vertical column, and your height and your constraints are set to height, and then this is set to pier. Your top constraint is set to pier, and then you're gonna place it in the middle like this. Then go to your south elevation. This is what you have. Go to your 3D view. As you can see, we are almost there. Now the interesting part is this one. We're gonna add in our pier head, and now we're gonna create another parametric family using the column family template. Now go to your pier structural plan, and then go to your file, and then new family again, and then scroll down, metric structural column, and then open. And now your width, you're gonna make it 4,500. Press enter, and then your depth is gonna be 1,500. Perfect. So you're gonna just drag these annotations just outside. And now the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna go to the front elevation, and then the upper reference level, you're gonna set it to 3,500 millimeter. Okay. And then you're gonna go to create, and then under datum, you're gonna go to reference plane, and then place your reference line randomly, and then you're gonna adjust the offset to 2,000 millimeter from the lower level. Perfect. And the next thing we're gonna do, as you know, this is 4,500, but this pier has different like width from the bottom to the top. So the top is gonna be more different in terms of the width. So you're gonna press your reference plane again, just place them randomly like so, and extend them so you can see the difference. And then you're gonna drag this blue line from the center, and then adjust the offset. So you're gonna make it 4,000 this side, and then this side also you're gonna make it 4,000 millimeters. Now we're gonna draw our pier head. So go to create extrusion, and then you're gonna generate our pier head. There you go. Just remove one and then make it like a single line like so. Sorry, I made a mistake there. It's like this. Yeah, perfect. Then the next thing we're gonna do is, in order for us to make this family intelligent, not just a dummy family, we're gonna add parameters to this and make it parametric. So it makes it easier for us to adjust the dimensions. So the first thing you're gonna do is we're gonna go to align dimensions, this dimension of option, and then select these two lines like this. And then press escape. You're gonna select this line, and then under label dimension, you're gonna go to create parameter, and then under parameter properties, we have parameter data. Make sure it's set to type, and then the group parameter under it's set to dimensions, and then we're gonna name this top width, and then we're gonna say OK, and then you're gonna lock it. And then you're gonna go to dimension again, and then you make sure when you hover over these two lines you see a blue dot right there at the intersection. You're gonna press it, and the same situation this side, you're gonna press it and then drag your dimensions downwards. Press escape, select your line, and then go to create parameter, and then you're gonna name this one bottom width. Okay, make sure you lock it, and then go to your dimensions again, and then you're gonna select this line, and then select this line, and then you're gonna select this dimension, and then go to create parameter, and then you're gonna call this one height. Okay, and then you're gonna lock it, and then you're gonna go to your dimension again, and then select this line, and then hover over this intersection until you see a blue dot, and then select it, and then drag it outside, escape, and then select this dimension, and then go to create parameter, and then you're gonna name this h1, and then okay, and then you're gonna lock it, and then you're gonna say you're gonna place it also this side, but we're not gonna create a new parameter. We're gonna assign the same one from this side. So you're gonna select it, and then under label you're gonna drop down and then name it h1, and it's already locked automatically. So perfect. You're gonna say finish, and then when you go to your 3D view, this is what you have. Now before testing our parameters, go back to your lower reference level, and then you're gonna select your extrusion and then extend it until it intersects with this reference line on your floor plan. Perfect. And then go back to your 3D view, and then select your extrusion, and then under materials and finishes, select these three dots, and then change this, assign a material to this, so it's gonna be concrete, and then scroll down until you come across concrete cast in situ, and then you're gonna load it in, apply, okay. And then in order for us to test our parameters, you're going to go to properties and then family types, and then you're going to change the top width to maybe 10,000 millimeter, apply, and as you can see it took an effect on that. You're going to change it back to 8,000, apply, and then the bottom width you're going to make it 5,000, apply, and then it changed, so we're going to take it back to 4,500, apply. And the height you can change it to 4,000, apply, and then as you can see it changed, and we're gonna change it back to 3,500, apply, okay. So we're gonna load it in now. Load into your project and close, and then you can save this as pier head, and then save. And now we're gonna load it in. Go back to your pier structural plan, and then go back to your column. Make sure your placement is set to vertical column, and the height, your constraints are set to height, and your top level is set to pier head, and then you're gonna place it in the middle like so, and then go back to your south elevation, and as you can see, this is where it's placed. So we're gonna place it your base level is gonna be set to pier, and then your top level is gonna be set to pier head. It seems like the constraints, just go back to your edit family and then go to your front elevation, select aligned, and then select the bottom of your column, and then select the lower level reference and then lock it. Do the same thing this side, and then lock it, and then load into project and close, and then save, and then replace, and then overwrite existing version and its parameters. Oh, now it's set to this level. Perfect. Now we're gonna select it, and obviously it's extending beyond this level, so you're gonna go to edit type, and then the height you can change it to, let's see if I change it to 2000 or 2.5. So I change the height to 2.5 and say okay. Now it's meeting the level of this pier head. Perfect. Now go back to your 3D view. So this is what we have. So yeah, we are done. I think the only thing we can do is to check the quantities of the concrete in terms of what we have here. So that's how valuable this project can be. But in terms of visualization, I hope you guys can see that it's really something. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you can like and subscribe, and also you can tune in into my next tutorial. So thank you guys, and I hope you can stick with me throughout the year. Peace.